Welcome, podcast fans. It's time for the What's Up Bro podcast show presented by J&J Production Studios, the home for all your entertainment needs. All kinds of great topics discussed every week, a variety of different themes offered, special guest appearances, prize giveaways, and so much more. Stay tuned. And now, here are your hosts, Samcro and Big Hoss.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is the What's Up Bro podcast show. I am Sam Crow. Big Hoss is not with me here tonight. The reason being is this is a very special episode, and I'm going to tell you why that is in just a second, but we're so glad to be back. And just a reminder for you guys, we will be back live for the rest of the weekend. We're going to have our normal time slot there, Hoss and myself with some of our other friends, Friday and Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a bonus episode for a bonus show for you guys, and why it's so special we're going to share with you right now. If you guys remember, if you've been following us, you know, about a week ago, actually now, in fact, a little bit more, I appeared as a special guest on Vigilantes Radio with special host Dini, who interviewed me about the podcast. I did share some links there. We shared a lot of them on our social media and everything, and also the link for the episode, which you guys can find on your own. But we thought as a special treat, in addition to that, just to give you guys a little bit of a taste for us, because we've not been on for any of the shows this week so far, we would use this episode to play for you the entire interview. It's about a half an hour long, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that. It's not super long-winded, not long-going. It was a lot of fun, loved doing it, can't wait to do it again, hoping to set something up with Dini again to be on the show, but it was an absolute pleasure and a treat. I really had a great, awesome time. It was just wonderful. It was fantastic. I can't sum it up any other way, but did share a little bit of a sneak peek, a little clip of that on our social medias too, but this is the full, unaired, uncensored episode. You can hear all the questions that I was asked, and really just how much in depth it was. It was really awesome. I had no preface, I had no preparation, wasn't coached in any way. I didn't know what the questions were going to be about. So this was totally raw, totally unedited, to where he just asked me the questions and I answered them honestly, and we just really dove in deep and got into it. So we're going to play that for you guys here, uninterrupted. So we'll definitely take a quick break beforehand just to play a little music for you guys, and then probably maybe play a little bit after that. But this is not going to be a super long episode, but we just wanted you to hear it in case you can't find it anywhere else or really want to hear it, and you guys know how to find us. So this is available for you guys there. It's going to be very special. Hope you guys will enjoy that. And again, look forward to us this weekend. We will be back for new episodes of the What's Up Bro podcast show, brought to you by J&J Production Studios, your number one home for entertainment. We're here for you guys. We love to chat with you and have a great, awesome, and fun experience, and we always look forward to it. Hope you guys do as well. We're back. The boys are back in town. We're getting the band back together. We're back on track. Vacations, schedules are cleared out. We're here for you guys as per normal. So let's not waste any more time for that. Without further ado, let's take a short pause, a little bit of a commercial break here. We'll play a little music for you guys, and then we'll come back. I'll just do a quick, brief summary coming back in, and then we'll play the episode for you guys. Hope you'll enjoy it. Stick around, stay tuned. This is the time now. Go get a bathroom break. Go get yourself your snack. Get a comfortable spot on the couch or in your favorite chair. Even if you're in your bed if you want to, too. Get a nice blanket, wrap up, cover up, and get ready for this exciting show. It's awesome. It was a wonderful experience, and can't wait to do it again. So take a moment, refresh yourselves, recharge your batteries, make sure you're good to go. Put your headphones on or earbuds in if you really want to block out the noise so there's no distractions. And just really sit back and listen and see what it's like for us as podcasters to be interviewed by other podcasters, and really see if you learn something new about us that you didn't know before. That's really the key goal, so we always hope. So stick around for that. You don't want to miss it. Take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll play the exciting action for you guys. We'll see you in just a moment. Do not go away. You don't want to miss it.
audio fans, are you looking for fun and excitement? Have you been searching for that special show? You know, the one complete package you want in a podcast? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show and experience what true entertainment is all about. Stay tuned and don't miss the action. Available on your favorite streaming services, including YouTube. Thank you for all your support. And as always, we'll see you at the show.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. Break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
All right, welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out there. Hope you guys enjoyed the music to get you in the mood for this very extra special episode of the What's Up Bro podcast show. And tonight, in case you're just tuning in, welcome. So glad that you're here. Going to play for you the actual full interview that I did on Vigilantes Radio. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great questions. We talked about a lot of different things, and you know, Dini is a great host. He really helped explore all the areas of podcasting, all the areas about myself personally, and I shared a lot about with Haas, some of the things that we do here at the studio and the different shows that we have. So it was a really great feature to showcase what we're all about. And so this special edition episode, we are going to play for you right now the full interview in its entirety of myself appearing on the show. Hope you guys will enjoy this. We probably will talk about this again more over the weekend as well. But we wanted you to hear it firsthand here in case you didn't want to search for it yourself, and you guys can just come here and listen to it. So we figured we'll rebroadcast it here for you guys, for your entertainment to enjoy. So without further ado, let's play it for you guys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy me being interviewed on another podcast. A lot of fun, a lot of great things there. So check this out right now. This was May the, let's see, I make sure pull up my calendar to make sure, because I want to don't say the wrong date. I know what the date was when it was published. So I appeared, I believe it was Tuesday, May 16th when it went live. So the publishing date was May 18th, but this was May 16th, 2023. This was in the evening. A lot of fun. Not super long, but really just, it was amazing. And it was fun to be on the flip side of that, where I could be asked questions and focused on that, where as opposed to us, like when we entertain you guys listening, we're doing most of the leading and prompting. So this was a lot of fun, great experience. Cannot wait to do this again. So here we go. Without further ado, the episode showcasing the interview I did on Vigilantes Radio. Check them out on Spreaker and on iHeartRadio, most of the major streaming services that we are on as well. Vigilantes Radio, you can check that out. A lot of great episodes there, other features in addition to what we did. So here you go. Check it out. Hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. Don't miss out here and don't fall asleep. It's really exciting. Hope you guys like it.
For a limited time, get high-performance, ultra-reliable internet from Astound Broadband. Plans start at $25 all in with a 2-year price lock. Order today at astound.com or call 1-800-4ASTOUND. Experience the #1 rated internet at our best price ever. $25 all in with a 2-year price lock. That's no contract, no hidden monthly fees, no data caps. Go all in with Astound Broadband Internet. Visit astound.com today. Restrictions apply. See website for details.
Usted puede ser su héroe, su defensa, su sustento. Si sospecha maltrato o negligencia infantil, llame a Childline y profesionales adiestrados le escucharán y referirán a agencias de investigación para mantener a los niños seguros. Muchos casos de maltrato y negligencia infantil no son denunciados porque alguien no quiso involucrarse. No mire hacia atrás y se pregunte, ¿y si hubiese hecho la llamada? Llame a Childline al 1-800-932-0313, pagado con dólares de contribuyentes de Pensilvania.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Hello. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Dini. We have a very special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies or your family members or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that sometimes you have to give yourself a gift, right? Consider all the things you do on a daily basis. And among those actions, there are numerous self-defeating ones. You know, things you do over and over and over again, just out of habit. And, you know, perhaps on autopilot like me. But, you know, you may choose to eat a bowl of ice cream when you get bored or stressed. Or maybe you make cruel remarks to others just to get attention. You know, little self-defeating habits such as these may not seem like much, that they are precisely their apparent insignificance, right? Which makes them so destructive because before long, without you're even thinking about it, they add up. So give yourself a precise gift that is priceless. Today, make it today. Just start today. Identify one of those little self-defeating actions and find a self-empowering action, with which to permanently replace that. Replace the bowl of ice cream with the walk around the block, or some exercise, or that business plan you've been working on, or that idea you've been meaning to do some research for, and replace the cruel remark or comment with a sincere compliment. Get your habits working for you rather than against you, and look closely at the negative, self-defeating ones. Why have you tolerated them so long? Because they fill a void and because you even rarely think about them. So stop and think about them and, what they impose on your life. Then kick them out and fill that void with more positive, empowering habits. And you'll find it's one of the very best gifts that you could ever give yourself. Take that from me, Coach Dini. That is my word, and word is bond.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com, that's HumbledBudget.com, is the help and resource you've been searching for. HumbledBudget.com is a personal finance and educational website with a great variety of topics when it comes to budgeting, taxes, investing, and the popular topic of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. HumbledBudget.com has a goal, and that's to help you reach your financial dreams, no matter what your goals are when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter where you start, where you come from, or where you are right now. HumbledBudget.com can help. What are you waiting for? Take that first step to the financial life you've dreamed of and go to HumbledBudget.com. That's HumbledBudget. HumbledBudget.com.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL. That's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeart Radio, and I'm your host, Dini. So our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. So welcome to a captivating episode where we have the pleasure of sitting down with the incredible podcast host, Samcro, with their show. And we'll talk about a show. It's called What's Up, Bro? And it's running full speed ahead. Samcro brings a refreshing and hilarious approach to podcasting. So join us as we dig into their journey, discover what makes the show unique, and dive into the world of podcasting. All right, Samcro, what is up, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dini. I'm so glad to be here. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Tuesday, right?
It is, yes.
Man, the days are intertwined together for me.
I hear you, brother, yeah. I never know where I'm coming or going, so I feel you there.
Yeah, man, or coming or going, same. So, your podcast is known for an entertainment value and humor. Checked your show out. You have a lot of variety, something for everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, can you share a life lesson or personal experience that taught you the power of laughter and how it can bring people together in unexpected ways?
Of course, yeah. It's really hard to sum it up, but I guess the easiest way is just, I wouldn't say life has been hard for me, or I haven't had, major difficulties like some may have experienced, but it's just kind of those little life lessons, observing the family and growing up in my home, raised by my parents, and really just transcending from childhood to adolescence to adulthood. It really was just those stages that kind of helped me realize, now as I've gotten older, looking back, there's a lot of things I wish I could tell myself, when I was younger, and go back and correct some of those mistakes. I'm sure we all could. So it really just, when I sat down and thought about it, I thought, there's others maybe like me, younger selves, younger guys and gals who, are coming up the ropes there too, coming up through the chains. And, what are some things we could do to really help them to not just laugh in general, but to really have them understand that, life can be difficult, but, you want to have it as laid back and relaxed as possible, right? I mean, there's a lot of hardships out there, especially I always say adult life is always hard. It's never fun, right? So, when we look into that concept, when we started, especially doing the show, it was, how can we make this as stress-free as possible? How can we relate to the audience listening, and really just helping them understand that, we're nothing real special. We're just average people like anybody else. We're not A-list celebrities. We're not, the people that a lot of times we feel are unapproachable, that, we don't live the same lives. We're just regular average Joes. We come from hardships. We work hard just like anybody else, scraping by, trying to scrimp and save, and just, living week in and week out. So, if we can help share that message and, really just try to inspire maybe at least one person, if no one else that will hear that, just maybe give them some inspiration that they can, get through it too, and that, things don't always have to be bad, and it's better to laugh than to cry. So that's really our big message that we would like to share.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Two things. So adulthood, I was ready for it, It was like, taking on Brave New World. Right. And then, you jump out there and bam, it hits you. It's like, oh no, what did I do? I became an adult.
Right.
And life is like, oh, no take backies,
Exactly.
So, yeah, here we go on this ride of adulthood. But it's a fun ride. And also, what is one thing that you would tell a younger Samcro?
Probably honestly, I would say to myself, there's the obvious things. Obviously, save as much money as you can. Try to do the right things as much as possible. But really, it's just not worrying or stressing about making that transition. I used to worry a lot when I was on that cusp of going from teenhood to adulthood, and a lot of friends I've seen go down different pathways, and thought to myself, which way am I going to end up, right? Because I'm traveling this road. Everybody has their own path they have to find. So, what kind of bumps am I going to hit? And really just kind of agonized at points over, this is going to be rough. Kind of like, when puberty hits you the first time, you're worried about it. So I would definitely tell myself, just enjoy the ride and allow things to grow organically and naturally, because the more you try to resist it and fight it, the worse things get, right? So it really doesn't help to antagonize and stress yourself out by worrying the things that you can't control. So I definitely would tell myself, just go with the flow, let the ride happen, and play the cards that you're dealt. That's really the best way that I could say it. So that's really what I would tell myself. I think that's a huge lesson that a lot of people could really benefit from.
Yeah. So how does this spill into podcasting?
Well, it's actually interesting. So I co-host the show with my good partner, Big Hoss, as he's known on the show, and we actually met online and started chatting. And I know he had shared that he had gone down the podcasting road before. I never had tried it, actually. This was really a first go around. I got the exposure to it, obviously being stuck home back when COVID was big and we were stuck for 3 months at home, can't go anywhere. And so, which, podcasting wasn't new, but at that time, everybody and their grandmother seemed to have some kind of show. When I sat there looking at that, and, the realization was a lot of people were doing this to try to reach out, right? We're trying to still stay connected to the world, even though we're in our own homes. And as we sat there and we talked, and, we sort of kind of happenstanced upon discovering this for the show. I know he had said he wanted to get back into it. I thought to myself, if we work together hard at this, and, with our life experiences and just having fun and, nothing over the top. We didn't want to make it, another one of those boring types where, we talk a lot and try to sound philosophical or sophisticated. It was really about finding that balance. Everybody likes to have a laid-back approach. Same thing like with music, listening to it. You don't want it to be stressful. You want it to be relaxing. And so that's kind of where we mixed it with a little bit of business, a little bit of pleasure of, we can share personal topics like we do. We can get in-depth, but at the same time, we mix in a little humor where we can laugh at ourselves. sometimes we share those embarrassing stories that, again, try to show people that we're just down to earth, and to reach that demographic of people where they listen to the show. And that's the other thing you mentioned, the demographic. We didn't want to be singular with a certain set. We want to be universally flowing with, this can reach anybody. So that was really the key point when we said for the podcast, it's got to be open that way, that we can try to inspire different generations, different age groups, those type of group of people that, even if it's just a few, it's just a message that if you're willing to listen, we'd love to share with you. And if we can make you laugh at the same time, that's all the better. So that was really the podcasting approach that we took when we started the show going. We felt it could be something special, and we wanted to try to be different, of course, because obviously there's a lot of shows out there. There's different things that, everybody has some kind of gimmick that they do, or some kind of repertoire they pull from. And, I'm sure there's other shows that are similar to ours, but we wanted it to be unique naturally too. So what we could do is, we always say we like to laugh at ourselves, so we may as well put it on the air and share it with others who may enjoy the same story. So that's really how that kind of transpired as far as when the podcast came to fruition.
Yeah, man, you guys have a unique ability because
thank you.
Multiple subjects. You do have the lightheartedness, humor, right, and then entertainment, and then the meaningful content. And I wonder about the balance, because I can only focus on like one thing and one thing only, but you guys cover a lot of categories and topics.
Sure. It's kind of, that's the interesting thing. And when we developed the show with that, and obviously we're both, for Hoss and I being different individuals and having different approaches and different things we look at, we kind of sat there and said, we didn't obviously want to make it a super huge podcast, because nobody's going to want to listen to a show for 3 hours, really. Who has the time to do that, and who really wants to be patient to sit down? We want to be captivating. We don't want to put people to sleep either. The kind of concept was, if we split this up into different shows, and really kind of what we led to like a theme week, where we try to do something, we try to plan ahead a bit what's going to be coming up for an upcoming episode or episodes that we do. And then also in the, the purpose of, we have the ability to split it up where we do co-host the What's Up Bro show together, but we can also take a different show ourselves. And a lot of times, for instance, I will go on, I'll do the sports show because I love to talk sports, and a lot of people do. They seem to enjoy it. So I kind of offset it where, they know the What's Up Bro show typical time. We try to have a different schedule for, when we run a show, and usually when we're available is kind of how we run with that. So it can get a little daunting at times, obviously, with, the different categories that are available. But we just find that, if we get into a rhythm with it, it just seems to kind of flow naturally. And again, the organic growth of it is just really unique to where sometimes the show just kind of writes itself. We don't know half the time. We have a general idea of what we're looking at, but that's kind of where the humor plays in too. We might start down one pathway, and then somebody says something hysterical or hilarious, and then the show kind of morphs and mutates into something else that we never saw coming. But it still works. It's still captivating. So I think that's kind of the working on the fly in essence, but at the same time trying to try to keeping it as real as possible, and just keeping that teeter-totter going, that balance there. I think that's really key.
Yeah, man. Have you guys had any favorite episodes yet, or favorite special guests?
I think so. We've been saying that 2023 is a big year that we wanted to make a statement, and I think really for us, our biggest show that we like so far, we've had a special guest, our celebrity guest actually for the year. We've had UFC fighter Miranda Maverick, who's fighting in the women's competition. She actually has a match coming up, in a few weeks, where we actually have a plan to have her back on the show to let us know how it went, and to kind of take us a little bit further into the process of how she prepares, what it's like to be in an octagon ring. It was a lot of fun when we had her on initially, because, just opening up the entire world of, MMA and what happens in the UFC, which, obviously as spectators, we can only see so much from our TV sets and online. But she was able to walk us through like the average day of a life of a fighter, and balancing her home life and work life and fighting schedules and training. and really just, giving us that inside perspective, which we thought was really awesome, and we were super thrilled. She was super nice, and just, again, very laid back. And, I even said at the beginning of the show, we're a little intimidated because it was our first real big celebrity guest, but, really once we started talking, the same idea like we've had in our shows, it's just knowing that regular people. So it was just sitting down and chatting. It wasn't, that kind of took the pressure off. But that by far was probably our most favorite episode to date. We're really excited to have her coming back in the coming weeks. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. I like those. The day the day with the fighter. Spending a day with the fighter. Or what that looks like. What about the day of a podcaster? What does that look like for you?
Day of a podcaster is really interesting. It's kind of like we said earlier, I never know what day it is or what's happening. So, we've had moments where, we can be somewhat prepared, and we know, like, obviously showtime is a certain time. But depending on, real life schedules, and obviously we have other daily lives that happen. So sometimes we're flying by the seat of our pants where, our normal show starts a Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's already 9:50, and, I barely had time to sit down and do equipment checks and make sure the system is working. So it can be kind of chaotic, but I think really the most rewarding part of that is, we kind of think about shows, like I always say. So I think about shows through the week. I think about some ideas of what I want to say. It gives us something to look forward to when a show's coming up that we're preparing for. And, a lot of it is, I think the key thing too, I always think about is I try to put myself in the listener's shoes. Like, what do you want to hear? Not me as the podcaster, but you as the audience person listening. If I was the one listening, what would I want the person that's on the airway saying to me? So it's kind of like those mental notes, kind of like you would do, like if you're on a set, like if you're in a movie or a TV show, you're sitting there going, like, how can I be a better actor? How can I gravitate towards the audience? Are they? And then of course the jitters are always, are they going to like it? Is it going to work? We kind of got the technical glitches out of the way. That's one thing that we always laugh at ourselves. We always say the best laid plan. Sometimes the system doesn't work. Microphones cut out. We've had ear-piercing, like shattering, feedback, the mic squealing. So, those type of things like anybody has. But I think the overall just sense of reward is when we finish, especially finishing a show at the end of the night, it felt really good. And, we go back and listen to it, and it's like, it's hard to really grasp the concept when you're doing it live or you're doing it right away. And then, of course, you always, hard on yourself. Oh, I could have been better. I could have said this. I should have said that. I missed the line here. I missed the cue, or I played the wrong song during a break. I kind of messed up, but we go back and like, it doesn't sound that bad. So that's kind of taking that pressure off. But that's really like what it's all about and what we do when we grind with it. So that's very rewarding for us.
Yeah. That question, what can I do better? Does that question create any pressure for you?
Sometimes I would say yes and no. I think there's moments where you kind of go back and forth, right? You kind of have, that's like kind of that devil in your mind that, you don't want to psych yourself out too much, because it can totally unravel and pull like that tug of the yarn on that piece of fabric. It's going to unravel everything. So we kind of have that happy medium balance of, I know, me personally, I never like to go back and listen to myself. I just absolutely don't like to hear my vocal coming back on there, and I don't know why that is. But so there's times I have to sit there and force myself, saying I need to go back and hear what I recorded, just to kind of see, like, did I miss a cue there? Did I miss a word? Did something glitch out? So I try not to dwell too much. I look at it as I'm going to critique myself to where I'm going to be critical. It's just I look at it more of the technical side of, could there be, did I have the wrong setting? Did I, leave the microphone? I've had instances where I'm talking, leaving the microphone off. I don't look at it as, how bad was my speech? How bad was my words coming out? It's more of what are my responses? What were my cues? Having conversations with my co-host and other co-hosts. We have other friends that join us. How is the dialogue going? And where we could direct it? Am I directing it? So little things like that, just enough to really kind of recalibrate a little bit. But I just try not to do it too often, because if I sit there long enough, then I really I become that super critic to where, now I'm nitpicking. And so then I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm done now. I've sat here for like a half an hour, and if I keep going anymore, I'm going to be so hypocritical of myself, I may not want to get in front of the microphone again. So I try very hard finding that balance so that we don't do that. But it is always a constant in the back of your mind, especially before, during a show, or even after, before we actually hear the final recording. That's always that first thought popping in. So it's just a matter of keeping it in check. That's really the key there.
Oh, yeah. And with time, it becomes second nature, man. You'll hit those cues without even thinking about it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. So as a podcast host, man, you have the ability to make positive impact on your listeners' lives. How do you hope your show inspires, entertains, and brings joy to your audience?
I think for us, it's really, it's a simple message. Again, we're not trying to force it. We're not trying to go over the top, make this a huge production of, it's got to be bigger and louder. I'm a big fan of, I've played music, growing up too. It's less is more kind of approach. You don't have to go overkill. And, it's getting right to the main points of finding those simple, whether it's topics we're talking about or telling simple jokes, or even we have some shows where we just kind of play on games with each other and just kind of entertain that way. It's really just about thinking it like from a family aspect. What would a family do on a Friday night or a Saturday night kind of deal? And, what do we do? And what can we translate that to other listeners that hear the show? Maybe we always say, you may understand where we're coming from, because a lot of you probably do the same things. I'm not sure that not everything, but we just try to keep it as relaxed and as flexible as possible. And really just, we hope that if even nothing else inspirational comes about it, if we can get a few laughs from just telling our embarrassing stories about ourselves, if it brightens somebody's day, that's really the ultimate goal, is just trying to be that comfort level there, saying, hey, you know what? Maybe life was hard today. It's a Monday. You went back to work, or, maybe it was a tough day. Put us on, even if you just listen in the background. We're kind of like that elevator song. We're just kind of there. So when we want to keep it as stress-free as possible. Same thing like with certain topics and things. We're always careful with, avoiding those topics that can lead to, arguments or fights. We try to keep very much the hot button ones away. We try to keep it loose and free and easygoing as possible, because again, we tell ourselves, if it was us at the end of the day and we want to kick back and we want to just chill, some of these topics that we don't want to be hearing about is not going to be relaxing for us. Like, that's kind of like that show that I just want to turn it off, or that's that wrong song that plays, I just don't want to turn it off. It's not touching me. I don't feel it. So that's really what we hope. And young or old, male, female, whatever the case may be, we're just hoping that as real as we can be and as down to earth as we can be, that will be the real connection point with the audience, and at least bring some kind of glimmer of hope in the daily life that's chaotic for all of us. That's really, I think, the key for us that we try to do.
Where can our listeners check out the show? What's up, bro?
So we are available Spreaker.com, which is the podcast streaming service that we use. We are also available on iHeartRadio. Spotify, you can find us. We're on SoundCloud. If you search for our primary, we have our self-company name, J&J Production Studios. If you look for that, you'll find the What's Up Bro Show, as well as all the other podcasts that we feature. You can also hit us up. We're on all major social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There are quite a bit there. We do have, we don't have it up yet. We're working on a website that's in development that we're hoping to have soon. It's been a larger project, but that'll be up and running. So, yeah, a lot of any of your favorite social media is there, and any really major podcast streaming service. We're hoping to expand. We have not done so yet, but iHeartRadio definitely is a big one. I know a lot of people listen on there, so that's a huge one. You can find it. And Spotify, we've had a lot of listeners there. So, but yeah, that's a lot of the ones you can find there. If you look us up, we're not hard to find, and pick your favorite show, whatever is interesting to you. There's plenty of episodes, and whatever you're in the mood for that time you listen, we try to have as much content available as possible. So whatever is your personal preference, we always say there's something for everybody. So We're like that 31 flavors of ice cream. We're already around there. You kind of mentioned the ice cream earlier, so I was thinking about that. Like, yeah, 31 flavors were available. So if you don't like one flavor, there's another one available to you.
Absolutely. And listeners, just in case you didn't get those links, no worries. I will have them in the description of the show and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click those links and connect. Listen. All right. Man, thank you so much, Samcro, for joining the show tonight. It was our honor having you here, and enjoyed our conversation.
Yes, we love it too. Thank you so much. Glad to be here. Love to chat again, hopefully soon one day. But thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Take care.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. It really was an awesome experience, and definitely going to connect with Dini. We want to make sure that we keep in touch with him and want to appear on the show again. I think it was absolutely fantastic. And I do want to preface and say this, because that one of the areas we were looking to promote ourselves, we were looking for a good show to appear on. We did our homework, we researched. I mean, there was a lot of opportunities to appear on different showcases. There's probably some other ones that we will do down the road, but coming across, Vigilantes Radio, which, I wasn't sure at first, had a lot of great reviews there. I hadn't heard the show before, checked it out, listened to it since, but it really just, I don't know what it was that captivated, but just made the decision easy that that's where we wanted to go. And after hearing that final product, I mean, and if you guys seen the promotional poster that Dini created for us that we shared on social media, I mean, it really just took off a life of its own, and it really, became something super special. So we're looking forward to doing that again, and we're hoping that that'll help to branch out and maybe expose us to some new listeners and to grow in a larger audience, because we really are trying to do our best to make a name for ourselves, not necessarily to be super famous. And we said that from the start. That was our mission, that this is not something that we're looking to get rich and famous for, to be a huge media success, but we're looking to try to make something of it. We feel like we have something special to give, and we really just want to give it our best effort. You guys are the main reason why we do it. All you listeners, if we didn't have you, we couldn't do this. So we just really want to make a lot of fun and have a great time doing this, and we always do every single week whenever we have shows available. We're still working on figuring out some other schedules to get some of the other shows going. A lot of things happen, and we juggle a lot of busy lives, as well as you all do, I'm sure. A lot of us have so many multiple things going at one clip. It's just incredible how much it can take to really find time and balance it all. Like Dini mentioned in the show, you guys heard, he asked about, how do we balance things at the studio here? We have so many different shows available, and we, as I said in the interview too, we always think about it. We had a plan. We looked at it. We knew we didn't want this to be super long-winded and super large, so we had to split it up. But so far we found that it works very well. and we're really excited to see what's going to come. It's still 2023. Summer is approaching. Our Summer Slam Fest continues. That's going to be our summer theme for the shows going forward. Hope you guys will tune in for that. It's going to be amazing, and we have a lot of great other projects in mind that we want to do coming up that we're hoping will be to your liking, and will just continue to give you the entertainment that you so richly deserve, that you want, because that's the end of the day where we really do it. As much as we love talking to ourselves, we just enjoy being here and providing you guys with something to look forward to, something that's going to get your mind off of things every day, and something that's really going to allow you to unwind after a crazy busy day or week. It's something that everybody can relate to, something that, people just want to go to. We don't want to be that come off where we're just seemingly snobbish to an extent, or we're too overbearing or too droning on, as we say too. We never want to drone on and on about it. So we just want to make sure we keep things fresh and loose, and that we have just as much entertainment for you guys as possible. That's really what it comes down to. So that's what our whole mission is. That's what we're all about. And appearing on other shows like this is just a means for us to just find other listeners. We want to grow large. We want to spread the word, get things out. We put investments in. We're trying to make sure that we are up and running and visually stimulating, as well as audio-wise, because that's all part of it. Audio is great, but you got to have something to look at. That's why we have all the images that we have. You can check out, again, if you missed our recent update, we have the store available. There's merchandise there. You can get your favorite things that you want. T-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of goodies there you can check out. But we have all these things available because it's just another way to connect. And, I know I love my favorite ton of shirts with my favorite TV show logos or movie logos or sports teams, whatever. It's always a lot of fun to make it personal, make it yours, and you can find your own style there. In the same clip as we have our Patreon too. And again, you don't have to support us there, but if you want to help grow things, if you like what we're doing and you want to be a regular supporter, you can contribute there on Patreon. We offer some great perks there, and it's just another way for us to grow and to really give you guys what you want. We want to build this for the audience, for you guys listening. We want this to be these type of shows to be shows that something you help create. We work at it too, but we want to include you in that creative process. So that's why we always say, as much as you want to invest and help us out, not always monetarily, but just even for information, we'd love to hear that. So always hit us up. If you have any ideas, don't be afraid. We always respond back. We'll write you back, or we'll hit you up on social media. It is us. We always do that stuff ourselves. So, it's nothing that's always ever informal. We are there. But, that's just something that we feel is very important and that we're striving hard, we're working hard towards. And we love it every single day. It never gets old for us. It's always an exciting adventure. So we hope you guys continue this journey with us. We are so grateful to have you. We love being a part of your life as well as you're being a part of ours. As minimal as it may seem, we do care about each and every one of you. So that's part of why our growth process is the way it is, and we want to continue that as we move forward. So I think this was a great example. Hope you guys really enjoyed this too. We'll take one more short pause here, and then I'll come back just to share some final thoughts with you guys. So nice to be back here. It just feels like it's been a whirlwind since we talked last. I know Haas and I did our episode. We did an extra special long episode over the weekend, but again, we recorded that early. So actually, matter of fact, it's been almost a week to date since we did that. So it just feels like an eternity. So it's going to be nice to be back live on the air this weekend. But this is just a little extra something special for you guys to really get a taste of how we're branching out, what we're trying to do, and marketing and all that sort of great stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But stick around for more. I'll come back for some final thoughts. We'll play a little bit more music for you guys just to help you relax for the evening. Again, we love and appreciate you all so much. We can't even begin to describe it. And I don't think we'll ever be able to fully help you comprehend how much that we do love you all and appreciate each and every one of you too. And all the same way. There's no some are better than others. It's all even keel. So you all mean that much to us. We want you to know that. It's very important. That's our goal. That's our mission. That's what we hope we convey to you guys on a week-to-week basis. So if you don't know that now, you do tonight. You do right this very moment, because I'm telling you, that's really how it feels, and that's really what matters to us. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate that so much. Stick around. We'll come back for some final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up for the evening. And then we'll look forward to seeing you guys again over the weekend. We'll talk a bit about that too when we come back. As always there, stay tuned for more. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and hope you guys enjoyed this little special treat there. It was totally unprepared, totally unplanned, totally off the top of our head. We just thought we would throw it out there, so hope it's a nice little surprise for you guys. So stick around for more. We'll come back in just a minute to wrap things up here. As always, at the What's Up Bro podcast show, brought to you by the one and only J&J Production Studios. Thank you guys so much for your support. We'll be right back. See you in just a moment.
Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it.
Are you enjoying the show? Do you want even more great content? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show's link tree for all studio accounts, including the official show website, brought to you by J&J Production Studios. Catch all your favorite episodes of the show when they're uploaded. Curious to know who makes the show possible? Meet the cast and crew. Discover the magic behind the microphone, not just in front with our staff bios. Want to chat with other audience fans? Enter the forums section. Talk, engage, and interact with listeners from all over the globe. Not on social media and want the latest information? Then subscribe to the podcast newsletter and get everything delivered straight to your inbox. No matter what, you'll always stay connected. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
All right, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We love you guys so much, and we say it all the time, but it wasn't true. So if it wasn't true, we wouldn't say it. So that's why we just can't help but share our appreciation every chance we get, and we just want you guys to know how much you mean to us in every sense of the word, and even in more ways that words can't even begin to describe. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey. We can't wait to see what comes up next. So just a quick reminder, we didn't do any announcements, so we'll do a couple here just to wrap up the show for tonight. Again, if you missed the beginning part, don't worry. You can go back and check it out. This episode will be available to you guys. But What's Up Bro podcast show, new episodes, Friday night and Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back and ready to rock and roll again. The boys are back in town. The band is back together. We are right back on track, so hopefully you guys will tune in for that. Also, make sure to check out every week. We do have other podcast episodes from the other shows that we feature turning up and here and there. We're going to try to get a better schedule going, but they will be available for you all as well. Make sure you check out our Linktree if you haven't already. Follow us on social media. Check out our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe there to get all the latest content. We appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And again, a reminder, a big announcement. I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to mention it again. We are looking forward to having our very special guest, our good friend, UFC fighter Miranda Fear the Maverick. She will be joining us again this summer. She's got a fight coming up in June in just a couple of weeks. We're going to set up a scheduled time. We don't have it officially down yet to be determined, but for date and time. But we will have her back on the show. She's going to talk to us and share with us what it's like to prepare for an actual fight in the octagon. What we see a lot of times in pay-per-view matches and in Vegas when they have the big fights, she's going to be having her bout. We want to be in full support of her, so make sure you check her out on social media and give your rally support there. We're going to be cheering her on. She will be back to talk to us about everything that goes down. We're looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Can't wait for that and more. We're going to have some more guests coming up, working on some scheduling for some things. A lot of great other surprises coming up over the summer as well. What are they? Well, you're just going to have to stay tuned to find out. Make sure you are following us everywhere. We do post updates. You don't want to miss a single moment of the action because you'll be sorry and so sad if you do. We don't want that to happen. So make sure you stay tuned, stick close to it, keep your eyes open and your ears glued. We'll see you guys, what we have coming up for you very shortly. So, for all of us here, of course, at J&J Production Studios, thank you. We love you all so much. Can't wait for the weekend. We're back to it. We'll see you guys there. And again, of course, we say goodbye. Good night for now. Thank you so much for checking out this special episode. Until next time, and of course, as always, we will see you soon at the show.
Thank you for listening to the What's Up Bro show. Catch all the latest live action on your favorite podcast streaming services, including Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. You can also check out episodes on the studio's official YouTube channel. Subscribe and become a member today. Don't forget to also turn on notifications so you'll know when new content is uploaded. Stay tuned and don't miss a single moment. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, we will see you at the show.